Alright guys, as you can see, it's the next day. I ran into a small problem yesterday while we were sawing up that white oak that turned into a big problem. Let me explain. We got Mama Cat out here with us today. Hatefulest Cat on YouTube. Hello Mama. What are you doing there, scratching on that fence post? I would pet you, but you won't let me. We've also got the chickens out here with us today. And you ladies better enjoy this weather. It's supposed to be getting a lot of snow tomorrow. All right, friends, here's what happened. I was getting ready to saw into the white oak that's right there on the sawmill. We got about a half of a log over there, a quarter saw, and we'll be done with this one. But I noticed my GoPro camera started cutting off on me. I wasn't sure what was going on with it. I got several GoPros, but my GoPro 11 that I'm using right now is my best one. And I went back and I tried to review the footage from earlier in the day, and I couldn't even access any of the footage. So I shut down for a few minutes. I went down to the house, took the memory card out, put it in the computer, and guess what happened next? The computer would not cut on. So then I had another problem that was a lot worse than the camera going down. The computer just wouldn't come on, the battery wouldn't charge. I don't know what the problem was with it. For you guys interested, I use the Apple MacBook Pro, and it's about 3 years old. I found that out because I had to pull the registration from it to see how old the computer was for the warranty work, and the warranty had expired. So, to make the long story short, instead of coming back up here and finishing out this video yesterday, me and the wife had to get in the car, drive 2 hours down the road to Knoxville to the closest Apple store, take my computer in there to make sure I wasn't going to lose everything that was on it, and there's a lot of footage on there I was going to lose. And apparently it's going to be okay, but they kept my computer. The battery died, and for some reason when you plug it in the wall, it won't turn on. I thought if the battery was dead, I could at least plug it in the wall and cut it on, but that wouldn't work either. So they kept my computer, they shipped it off to have it repaired, and hopefully we'll have it back here in about 2 days. So long story short, it looks like we're without a computer here for the next few days, which means I cannot edit anything, but at least I didn't lose all the footage that was already on the computer. So that's why I'm right here today trying to finish this thing up. And you guys will probably won't see this video for at least another week, maybe even 2 weeks, I don't know. So if you're wondering why I've not made a video in about a week or so, now you know why I was without a computer. So now guys, that I've said all that, let's finish up this white oak log and get in the house. We're supposed to be getting about 3 inches of snow tonight and 3 more inches tomorrow. So it's going to get pretty nasty around here. And we haven't had a decent snow in Tennessee or northeast Tennessee where I live in a few years. We didn't get any snow last year. This is kind of odd. And to make matters worse, my biggest camera, which is my Canon, the battery on it died also. So we're having a lot of issues today with cameras and computers. So we're going to be filming everything on the GoPro. So if the quality's not too great or subpar, look over it. I'm doing the best I can. This is the white oak that we stopped at yesterday, and I'm going to quarter saw it. We should get some decent boards out of it. We're going to be doing the reverse row method. And once we finish this up, friends, this log will finally be done, and I can get back in the house and warm up a bit. It's about 30 degrees out here. guys, let me give you all an update on what's going on with this log. I know I said I wasn't going to do a tutorial on this little video, but this may help some of you understand what I'm doing, because it does look kind of weird having that log sideways right there. And the reason I got it canted on that angle is so I can capture quarter sawn grain in this white oak right here. Check it out. You got the grain running 90 degrees with the face of the board. That's what you want when you quarter saw. You don't want anything less than 10 degrees. I think that's the NHL standards. The National Hardwood Lumber Industry. I think that's their standards, anything less than 10 degrees, but I like to have it perfectly on a 90 degree right there. Actually, I'm wrong about their standards. I'll explain that here in just a second. But I like to have the grain on a perfect 90 degree angle to the face of the board. And when you do that, you get medullary rays on your lumber. All right, so real fast, some of you guys may not be familiar with this. The NHLA, which is the National Hardwood Lumber Association, they set all the rules for grading lumber in North America, to my knowledge. And my good buddy Robert Milton pointed this out to me maybe a year or two ago. When it comes to quarter sawing red or white oak, it doesn't go by the grain directions. So let's say the lumber is off just a little. Let's say the grain is not 90 degrees on the end of the board to the face of the board. Let's say it's off just a little, like maybe 85 degrees. Well, according to the NHLA standards, quarter sawn lumber has to have medullary rays on the face of the board to be considered quarter sawn. Now, before some of you guys get upset with me over this, I looked it up. That's the rules, and I did not write the rule book. I'm just letting you guys know what it says out there. Now, do I think quarter sawn lumber has to have the medullary rays on the face of the board to be quarter sawn? No, it doesn't, in my opinion. As long as the grain is straight with the face of the board, that board's going to be stable and have all the characteristics of quarter sawn lumber. But according to grading with the NHLA, and they are the people that pretty much put the stamp on grading in this country, if you don't have medullary rays on the face of the board, they say it's not quarter sawn, even though the grain is quarter sawn. So it's kind of backwards if you think about it like that, but that's the way the rule book is. But a lot of your small woodworkers and cabinet shops that sawmills will sell to, they look at the end grain. If the grain is 90 degrees with the face of the board, that's quarter sawn to them. They don't really second guess you if they don't see medullary rays on the face of the board. Now, having said all that, when I quarter saw, if I don't see medullary rays on the face of the board, it does disappoint me, I won't lie. Let's take a look at these and see how we did. We should have some pretty good rays on this lumber. All right, we'll slide this top one out of the way. It's not too wide, actually. So this next board down is about 6 inches wide, something like that. There we go. That's what you want, guys. Medullary rays. And there you go, friends. That right there is what you're after. Medullary rays right there on the face of the board. Now, for those of you that want to try this reverse roll, go watch Robert's video where he explains it. I'll leave a link down below. And just know that after you quarter saw, some of your boards will have a little bit of a wedge right there on the side. And I'll take that any day of the week. After we kiln dry this, you can edge this off and it won't even, it'll be gone. And you'll have a nice, properly sawed or quarter sawn white oak board right there, or red oak or sycamore, whatever you're going to quarter saw. Looks real good. We'll flip this one over now, start working on the other side, and we're just about done. All right, guys, checking in with you. It's the next day. It's about, gosh, 6:30. I just took the trash out. I doubt the trash truck will be running tomorrow. And as you can see, we're getting a good one here in Northeast Tennessee. I think we got about 5 inches. And they say, which is the weatherman, who's usually wrong, they say we're supposed to get 5 more inches tonight. That's close to a foot. We've not had a foot of snow in Tennessee, gosh, maybe 10 or 20 years. Somebody may correct me down in the comments, but it's been a long time since we've had this much snow on the ground. And what am I doing? I'm out here getting wet. I better go get in the house. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.